It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we'll see who rules the skies in today's battle. It's the New York Jets and the Arizona Cardinals, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, ready to get things started. And off we go from Glendale. To return, it's Isaiah Davis. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Well, the Jets come out with Aaron Rodgers. Of course, all the buildup in 2023, it lasted all of 4 snaps. But the man is a legend. Super Bowl champ, 10-time Pro Bowler. Greg, his 20th NFL season.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career.
Oh no, right at the start, he loses the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort, I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Cardinals come out. They're led by their quarterback, Kyler Murray, first overall pick in 2019. Wows you with those highlight plays over the years. Off the injury, Greg, the Cardinals quarterback, is once again the exciting Kyler Murray.
I don't know if you saw it, Mike, but as the quarterback was taking the field, he took an extra couple seconds to thank his defense as they made their way to the sideline. Not only giving him the ball, but giving him the ball on what is a short field. Now, can he lead this offense and take advantage of the takeaway? You get a gift to start the game. Now you got to come away with points, and ideally, you want to come away with a touchdown.
Second and 7. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
They need to get to the 22, but now face third down. From the gun, it's Murray. In trouble, and down he goes.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback, and when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
So on fourth down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Xavier Gibson to return for the Jets. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now the former first-round pick, Breece Hall. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, Rodgers. That one's a Corley. He's got it. It'll be a pickup of 10, and the Jets have a first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's 3rd and 7. On play action, Rodgers. He's going to look deep for Adams. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Cards offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. He'll get it into the hands of Zay Jones. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Now Connor. And I don't think he got there with that one. Only needed a yard. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're looking at 3rd down.
Now the offensive coordinator's got a decision on his hand, Mike. It was 2nd and 1. He decides to go with the conservative run. Gets stopped for no gain. He's in the exact same position now on 3rd down. Does he try to change it up, or does he just turn around and hand it off again?
And he's not going to get there again. Same player, same result. No gain, and now it's 4th down.
And what a play by the interior of this defensive line. There was nowhere to run. He's able to get in the backfield for a big stop, and it sets up 4th down.
Here's Blake Gillikin now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Rodgers here on 2nd down. He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
A 1st down throw from Rodgers. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A run here with Hall. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Another run here with Hall. Space to run inside the 20. And they are not gonna catch him. He's in. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Greg Dortch. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. We'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. He'll get this ahead for about 3. Will McDonald there to tackle it. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll go right back to Connor. And he'll take this to about the 28. Hassan Reddick there to make the play. Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Murray. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. They'll go again here to Connor. And this time they are ready for him. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's 2nd down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Now a 2nd down throw for Murray. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Just a little bit too much juice on that one, and you just can't throw the ball out of bounds. Give your receiver a chance to go up and compete for the ball, but when you miss that far wide, he's got no shot.
He'll try to run for it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for Arizona. The Jets offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the 1st quarter. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Here's Hall. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. He gets this complete, finding Adams. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
A-Rod now to throw on first down. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Garrett Wilson there, and it'll bring up second down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Now a second down throw from Rodgers. This complete to Corley. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rodgers. To the goal line and in. Xavier Gibson. Touchdown, New York. On comes Patterson for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Jets move out on top, 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short gain.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Connor. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. 3rd and 5. Murray. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Really impressive job by the quarterback to stay in there. He knew that hit was coming in the pocket, but he held it just long enough to let his receiver win versus man coverage and deliver that ball on target. Any quarterback in the league, Mike, at this level can operate when things are clean. But when you have guys bearing down on you, can you hold it a little bit longer? Because if not, the timing of the play just doesn't work out.
Second down and 3. Play action. It's Murray. Got his man at the 6. He is in. Marvin Harrison Jr. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Chad Ryland now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Cardinals are on the board. It's now 14-7. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jets offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. They'll go again with Hall. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. The Jets have the advantage. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? Rodgers. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
First down for Aaron. To the left side, and Adams has it. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Play action now with Rodgers. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
To the air once more, it's Rodgers. He's got it inside the 5. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and
he puts it up, and it's caught. Davante Adams. Touchdown, Jets.
it seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Patterson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets will take a 21-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's Marvin Harrison Jr. and the Cardinal offense heading back out onto the field. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On play action, Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On the ground, it's Connor. Finding room across midfield. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. This is a give to Connor, running right. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Connor. Connor's got the first down and more. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. 25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
Really nice job getting this ball out to the edge, and then once he's able to get clear of the D-line, get vertical and accelerate down the sideline. That's a great run. He's forced out of bounds, but not before setting up first and goal.
Throwing now, Murray on first down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here's Connor. And he's going to get this down to the 10-yard line. Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Murray. This one caught at the 4. And he'll get this inside the 5, but no further. Great job by the defense. It sets up 4th down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. The Jets offense and Devontae Adams heading back onto the field. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play. That is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Rogers. Coming free is Conklin. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They will run it over center with Hall. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. That's Zaven Collins on the stop. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Finding space at the 15. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. A tight end in motion now. They'll run. It's Hall. And he's going the wrong way. Dropped back at the 7.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. Third and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Malachi Corley. Touchdown, New York. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. He gets it to go, and the Jets add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On 1st down, it's Murray. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Murray now on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down. We'll try and run for this with Conner. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it, and it's Connor. Oh, yeah. And he's going to have the Cardinals' 1st down. They'll wind up getting close to 10 yards on 4th and 1.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
That's to the right side. Caught by McBride.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
2nd down, Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Third and a yard. From the gun, it's Murray. He's got his receiver. It's Jones. And he will get into the end zone. Zay Jones. Touchdown, Arizona. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a 1-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals are able to cut the deficit. It's now 28-17. Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Gibson now on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So now Rodgers and the Jets ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to him with another drive here. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The master of play action, Rodgers. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He's got his man, complete to Wilson. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for a Jets 1st down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
On the give, it's Hall. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Second down, Rodgers. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A give left side, here comes Hall. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal coming up. He's out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. 14 yards on the pickup there.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Reese Hall, touchdown, New York. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Patterson now to add the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets are going to extend their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. DJ Dallas now to return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On first down, the drive begins with Connor. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now a second down throw for Murray. That one is complete to McBride. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Open man, right side. He's got it. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. To throw again is Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. He finds his man. It's Dortch. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Murray's going to throw again. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On 3rd down, Murray. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Throwing again is Murray. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Again, it's Murray. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Jets are in front as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. We were treated to a solid first half out of the running back, Breece Hall. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Dortch now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. From the shotgun, it's Murray. That ball caught. It's Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
They call this the alley, so it's the area between the hash marks and the numbers, and depending on what defense they're in, there is a lot of space to be had down those seams. So if this defense doesn't make a couple of adjustments, I wouldn't expect this offense to target any other place on this field.
They'll run it on first down with Connor. He'll push forward for about a yard. C.J. Mosley, the veteran linebacker, there to shut it down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Play action now. It's Murray. Pass right side. That's Ryman. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
On third down, here's a run by Connor. Give him 14 on that one. It's an Arizona first down.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the second half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll go right back to Connor. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll go again here to Connor. Connor's got the first down and more. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1.
Man, Mike, I thought he was going to take that one all the way in for a touchdown, but give credit to the defense. Touchdown saving tackle, really good effort. But now they're going to have to buckle down and dig in because they're facing 1st and goal at the 1.
He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Murray with a give to Connor. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line.
So on 2nd down, they try to hammer it in on the ground, Mike, but now on 3rd and goal, I don't think you have any choice but to put this ball in your quarterback's hands and test this defense through the air.
Third and goal. Murray trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cardinals will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Jets offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he'll get about 5. He'll go again with Hall. He'll have a Jets 1st down. Good running. Gets him to about the 44. Now Rodgers. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
That is such a critical area on the field, Mike, between the hash marks and the numbers. Everyone wants to control the middle of the field. Every offense is targeting it. So what does the defense do? They really pack it. So for a quarterback to be able to put this ball out on the perimeter, it just really stresses these defenses, especially in their coverages.
A give. Here's Hall. He's got space inside the 25. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
I've always gone by the philosophy, Mike, that the pass sets up the run. And in these last 2 plays, that's exactly what happened. You hit them with the big pass, they adjust. You soften them up a little bit, you take advantage for the big gain on the ground.
Here's Rodgers. That's a short one taken in by Conklin. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
The ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. A give up the middle with Hall. And he's got another one. Reese Hall, touchdown, New York. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And making a hat trick, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the 2nd half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value, and so far, this guy's been incredible.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Jets will extend this third quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Connor. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Murray to throw. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. This is a give to Connor, running right. And he's going to be close to a 1st down. Looks like he'll have just enough to keep the chains moving. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
They'll try to work the screen with Connor. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
And as a defensive coordinator, this just drives you nuts. You have a team in 3rd and long. You think you're going to go rush the passer. And what do? They change it up. They slip the offensive lineman out in front of the back and drop it off, and he picks up a big gain and converts the 1st down.
On the give, this is Connor. And he'll get this forward only to about the 32-yard line. Second down and 8. They'll run with Connor. Credit him for trying to escape. The defense, though, was on that. And finally, they bring him down behind the line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down. And this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting. But finally, when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Well, this one is in reverse again. They're going to lose more yardage here, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. This is going to be from 53 yards out. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Cardinals are back within 2 scores.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So Ryland now, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Play action now with Rodgers. That's to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it's... They'll try to run for it with Hall. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Quick slant into the hands of Wilson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Mike, think back to our conversation during the break. We've kind of both asked ourselves, are they content with this double-digit lead? Do they come out and play conservative here in the second half? Well, it took exactly 1 play to get our answer.
A-Rod now to throw on 1st down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
Rodgers here on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On third down, Rodgers. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
The master of play action, Rodgers. He's got it at the 7, and he will score. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Jets. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
Patterson now to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jets tack on one more to their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cards offense ready for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner, the quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
Going to work Connor in the middle here. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Off the play fake, here's Murray. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, it's Murray. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
On the handoff, heading left, it's Connor. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
On the handoff, it's Connor. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Murray. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Jets have got it.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, but it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do, because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Another run here with Hall. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. On the give, it's Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. I do believe he gets it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hall. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Shotgun snap, and a give to Hall. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
The handoff. Here comes Hall. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
On third down, here's Hall. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. On now comes the punt team for the Jets. He's on for the second time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's going to have this one up near the 28.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
On second down, here's Murray. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw again is Murray. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run here with Hall. Just a short gain to the 33-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They will run it over center with Hall. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. And the Jets have a 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. He's going to tuck it and go. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out. And the defense has it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Murray. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. Murray now. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Murray will throw. Quick throw, taken in. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Murray. Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. They'll wind up giving the ball over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Rodgers. That's a short one, taken in by Conklin. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Here's Hall. And he will score again. Reese Hall. Touchdown, New York. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
On comes Patterson for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Jets add on to their already sizable lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Second down, Murray. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Throwing again is Murray. DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. 3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
Again, it's Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Murray's going to throw again. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Now Connor. The lane fills quickly, Only managed to get this to the 14. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go again here to Connor. And he's inside the 10, pushing forward for a gain of 5 yards. Now a 3rd and 2. Now Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
Nice job by the defense there, stopping them short on 3rd down. Brings up 4th, but Mike, honestly, I don't think there's much decision to be made. He's got to keep his offense out there. They need to come away with points. Find themselves down multiple scores in this one. They're going to have to maximize these possessions.
He's got it at the 3. And they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Is it time to turn to the running game to get in? 3rd and goal coming up. From the gun, it's Murray. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Zay Jones. Touchdown, Cardinals. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And once they let the quarterback out of the pocket, it just became too many options at their disposal. You got to keep him in the pocket and limit the run option. Once he's out there on the perimeter, Mike, his ability to either throw it or take it in himself, it just puts so much pressure on these coverage defenders and results in an easy touchdown.
Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals are able to edge a bit closer. So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. Strong.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Jets offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. First and 10. Rodgers keeping it himself. And he'll take this forward for about 5.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A give up the middle with Hall. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. He'll try to run for it with Hall. And he's going to be brought down at the 27, but that's enough. 1st down as they do it on the ground. So this one a win for the visiting Jets. In a game that was expected to be a cakewalk, pretty much turned out that way. Their class just much the best in this one as they cruise to an easy road victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.